Hey, what's up everyone? Devon Digital here, and we're here to talk about my experience using the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Like always, I'm just gonna get straight into this video. I wanna talk about the battery life on this. It's been over 2 weeks since I've been using and testing this phone as my secondary phone. And I wanna say that the battery life just feels like it's good. I mean, I haven't had any problems where I felt like I had to rush to the charger to charge it up any time of the day. So to me, normally that is really good when a battery just lasts throughout the day and I don't think about it. Again, I never had to rush to plug this up to the charger at all. So to me, having all day battery life is good because no matter what, I'm probably gonna charge my phones overnight like I always do anyways. So if a phone can last from 7:30 in the morning when I get up all the way until I go to bed, which is around like 12:30 sometimes, maybe 1 o'clock, sometimes 4 o'clock, depending on if I'm up gaming, if I'm off the next day, and the battery is still holding out, that's great battery life to me. Now here's the section where I'm actually kind of impressed about the camera and the video quality. I just want to talk about the log first. The log quality that comes out of this is phenomenal. I shot with it, I edit some, little clips or whatever like that playing around, and I was really impressed. If I was a content creator, this can be easily a second choice or first choice when it comes to using your smartphone as your creative tool, just like the iPhone. Because once upon a time, I will only tell people, hey, if iPhone, right? But I wouldn't tell you buy an iPhone to be a content creator. If you own an iPhone, then I would use that if you don't have a camera. And now I would say the same thing with the Galaxy S26 Ultra. If you don't have a phone, if you don't have a camera, then you can use this phone as that camera to create your content. It's really good. Now the camera, I hated Samsung cameras for a while. The color saturation, just the magenta look, so many different things, skin tones, everything. Not saying the skin tones are on point. They're still kind of a little off, but they're still very pleasant when I shoot with this device. So I don't really have any problems with it. But in fact, like I said, I love this camera. And yeah, for the ones who's gonna ask, I use Expert RAW and I did edit some photos. Cool, gotcha. Just wanted to get that out there. I use Pro Mode and Expert RAW because normally with me, because I'm a photographer, I normally shoot raw on my phones anyways and do my own process and editing. But this is not about that. This is about straight out of camera. I am finally satisfied with what comes straight out of camera with the Samsung phones. So whatever Samsung did over the years, because, well, at least in this one, because I did have the 25 Ultra briefly and I wasn't impressed, but whatever they did this year, I'm digging it. Sorry to interrupt this video, but just in case you didn't know, Devon Digital makes his own custom wallpapers. All my wallpapers will be shown in my videos that you've been watching on this channel. So if you really want to support me, go ahead and hit that link down in the description below and go grab you some nice wallpapers. I mean, these things are dope. I do give all my supporters the Devon Digital exclusive color, and in my custom wallpaper packs, there are 15 more colors just for you. So what you waiting for? Go ahead and pause this video, hit that link, and go get you some wallpapers and come on right back and finish this up. But anyways, let's get back to the video. Now, as always, when it comes to hardware and design, I mean, Samsung's just top dog. I mean, I love the feel of this phone. I love the boxy feel. I love the camera array. I just love the design. I love everything about this phone. But the screen does feel like a downgrade a little bit. I just, because of that display. So once that display technology gets better, then I think that the screen would be, back to where it used to be, because it just doesn't feel like that Samsung display that just kind of wows me over time. Or maybe it's because I haven't looked at a Samsung screen in over a year. I don't know what it is. Because of the new privacy screen, I think that the technology just kind of dialed back a little bit. So you're gaining privacy and you're losing a little bit of that flair that you get with the Samsung displays. Some people say it's the same, but for me, it just, like, I don't even have the other model beside me, and I can tell that the display just isn't the same Samsung display that I'm used to. So, but other than that, hardware and everything else is just great. Samsung, no complaints, and this definitely by far is the best color. So if anybody talking about colors, this is the one to get. I don't care what you say, this is the one to get. Now, when it comes to Samsung software, I just want to say this. I'm not really a big fan of Samsung software in general. It's not even like just One UI. It's just, yeah, it is One UI, right? I'm just not a fan of the software. I think that when I picked up this phone and I was setting it up, the features and everything that you can do with this phone was a little bit overwhelming for me. I just didn't care to go spend a whole hour trying to figure things out. Well, not really figure things out because I'm not new to Samsung, but just going through the phone, messing around with Good Lock and all the built-in features that you already have in there, as well as downloading, Good Lock and adding some additional features and stuff like that. I'm just to the point in my life where I just want to pick up my phone, open it up out the box, download my apps, and just kind of move on with my life. Well, with Samsung, it's not quite like that, even though I can but why would I test the phone and not take advantage of everything that it can do in that sense? So I just wanted to give you guys a real experience of how it feels, you know, dealing with this device and just getting it out the box, because you're gonna find yourself kind of like spending a lot of time going through the menus, just finding out what things are, if things are new to you, and if they are familiar to you, you're just gonna, you know, turn them on, turn them off, and adjust some things to your liking. I'm not new to Samsung, so I kind of knew what everything was. So it wasn't, you know, I cut down some of that that hour to I cut down some of those 2 hours to like maybe 1 hour when setting up this phone when it comes to the software. But again, I'm just not a fan of their software, man, to be honest with you. I'm gonna drop another video talking about this. I don't want to go into many details about how I really deeply feel because it's going to be a separate video, but just know I'm just not a fan of the software, but it's still good. And one of the things I really hate about Samsung, which I'm not going to talk too much about this, is like the updates. Literally, I'm just so used to fast updates, and Samsung doesn't deliver fast OS updates. And I want to say OS updates because security updates, they come here, there. I just got my security update already, so that was pretty fast. But when it comes to like OS updates, it feel like I'm waiting for a long time when it comes to that. And that's the only thing I really hated about Samsung back in the days. Is one of the biggest things that made me just leave them, besides me falling out of love with their software. You know, I kind of fell away from it. Just you would know when I talk about it in my other video. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the S Pen, and I just really don't use the S Pen. I really don't. So if you see any clips of me using the S Pen, it was just for the sake of me using the S Pen for some B-roll, because I really don't use the S Pen, but it's a great addition for this phone. I know people are like, why would you buy this phone without using the S Pen? It's kind of silly, but this phone is ultra, so that's kind of why I bought it. Got nothing to do with the S Pen. And the last thing I want to talk about is the performance of this device. I mean, if I'm honest, and you guys know I like to keep it 100 and be honest with you, the performance of this device feels incredibly good, but it doesn't feel faster than the competition, and it doesn't feel slower than the competition. The point I'm trying to make is that it just feels like it's on par with the competition that's out there. Any other flagship that I've used this year, last year, it feels exactly what it is. See, I just got a notification. Yeah, let's go ahead and mute that real quick. Hit that do not disturb. But this phone just feels just like any other flagship phone that I've used when it comes to swiping and navigating through this phone. It doesn't feel like the Snapdragon is really kind of like doing some incredible stuff to wow me or anything like that. But I do want to say this, I'm not doing anything intensive on it. So that's probably where that power comes from, because I was really excited to, you know, get this phone because everybody rave about Snapdragon, and it just feels like any other flagship phone. And hell, it feels like even some of the mid-range phones from some companies that I've used, it's just snappy. That's what it is. So the most I've done up here is doing some Lightroom editing. So maybe that's a hard task, but I don't game, I don't video edit, just maybe photo editing at max. So I probably haven't really experienced the full power of Snapdragon. And that's probably why I feel like it's just like any other flagship that I use, because to be honest with you, I don't do all that stuff on the phone. So in the end, I just want to say that this phone is really incredible. Samsung came a long ways from TouchWiz days, and they really kind of like knuckled down and gave you a really good experience when it comes to this device or whatever like that. Not the experience that, you know, fits my lifestyle, but it's a really good experience that I think a lot of people can appreciate, and why a lot of people love Samsung. I mean, Samsung has endless customizations. They have great hardware, great cameras, great video. It's kind of hard to not crown this phone as the best overall phone out there. Now, if they can get this update thing together and give you more faster and speedy updates when it comes to the OS updates, I mean, Samsung is just like, it's just the golden child. Maybe they will become the standard of what Android should be when it comes to that, because there's no limit to what this phone can do. And I think that it's an incredible device. So that's coming from Delvon Digital. I just want to let you guys know that. Anyways, if you want to see more content like this, please don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.